Welcome back students for the ninth session on module 5, that is arches and cable structures. In the last session we have discussed about analysis of cables with supports at same level subjected to point loads, and in this session we will take up analysis of cables with supports at same level subjected to UDL. Okay, so let us take the numerical problem on this case. A cable of span 120 meter and dip 10 meter carries a UDL load of 20 kilonewton per meter of horizontal span. Find the maximum and minimum tension in the cable and the inclination of the cable at the supports. Forces transmitted to the supporting pier if the cable passes over guided pulley and it is also connected to saddle. There are two cases here. Okay, one case is if the cable is passing over pulley, and the second case is if it is connected to saddle. The anchor cable is backstayed at 60 degree with respect to horizontal. Take height of the tower as 15 meter. Also calculate length of the cable and diameter of the cable required if the allowable stress in the cable material is 120 Newton per mm square. This is the given problem. Okay, so now we will write the given problem in the form of a figure. So it is a cable of span 120 meter and dip 10 meter, and it is subjected to UDL of intensity 20 kilonewton per meter. So as it is subjected to UDL, the shape of the cable will be in the form of parabola. Okay, so let A, B, C be the points. A and B are the supports and C is the point at maximum sag. So this is the maximum sag or dip of 10 meter. So let us mark this point as C. Okay, so the first step as usual to find the reactive components. To find the reactions, let us assume the reactive components HAVA, HBVB in this direction. So next we will go for finding the reactions. Applying equations of equilibrium, sigma Fx equals 0, which implies HA equals HB. Next, let us apply the second equilibrium condition, that is sigma Fy equals 0. So VA, and this should have been VB. So VA plus VB minus intensity into span 20 into 120 meter, that is equal to 0. Therefore VA plus VB equals 2400 kilonewton. 2400 kilonewton. So let us take moment about A. So take moment of all the forces about A and equate it to 0. So that implies minus VB. This is inducing anti-clockwise moment about A. Therefore minus VB into distance is 120. And this UDL is producing clockwise moment about A. Therefore 20 into length is 120 into L by 2. W into L into L by 2. W is 20, L is 120 and L by 2 is 60 meter. So if we simplify it, VB will be equal to 120 kilonewton. So from equation 2 we can obtain VA as 120 kilonewton as well. So the reactions VA and VB can also be computed by, you can also compute like this, because this is the symmetrical cable. Okay, so in the last cable it is subjected to different types of loading. If the loading is symmetrical, both the distances as well as the point loads in the last case, if they are symmetrical, directly you can take total load divided by 2. Okay, so but in previous case there were different magnitudes, therefore we have to take bending moment about A and equate it to 0. Whereas here you can also calculate like this, because the UDL is acting throughout, we can take total load divided by 2. So VA is equal to VB. So the total load will be equally shared by the two reactive components. Therefore VA is equal to VB, that is equal to W into L is the total load, half of which is WL by 2. So if we substitute it, 20 into 120 meter divided by 2. So therefore VA and VB is equal to 120 kilonewton. Either you can calculate like this or you can follow like this. You can follow like this only when the given problem has symmetry, both by geometry as well as by loading. Okay, so then only you can apply this one, or else you have to go for this one. Okay, next, to find the horizontal reaction, so we will take bending moment at this point, because the dip is given at C, therefore we will take bending moment at C is equal to 0. Okay, so whether you consider left part or right part, will have the same intensity loading. There will be nothing different in both the parts, therefore let us consider the left part. Okay, so this is the left part. Let us apply sigma bending moment at B is equal to 0, sorry, C is equal to 0. So VA into 60 meter. So half of this maximum dip will be at the center. Okay, so therefore 60 meter VA into 60 and minus HA into 10 meter. So this dip is 10 meter minus HA into 10, and then this UDL 20 into 60 into half of 60 is 30 meters. So substitute the values here. 1200 into 60 minus HA into 10, that is equal to 36 into 10 power 3. 36 into 10 power 3. So if you simplify it, it will be HA will be equal to 10.8 into 10 power 3 kilonewton. So from equation 1 we have HB is also equal to HA equals HB is equal to 10.8 into 10 power 3 kilonewton. Okay, so that is the calculation of reactive components. Next we will go for the net reaction. So RA is equal to root of VA square plus HA square. So that will be is equal to root of 1200 square plus 10.8 into 10 power 3 whole square. There should have been whole square here, so make this correction, and then that will be equal to 10.86 into 10 power 3 kilonewton. So RA is also equal to RB. Okay, so next, angle made by this RA with respect to horizontal is given by alpha A, that is equal to tan inverse of VA by HA. So in turn, that is equal to tan inverse of 1200 divided by 10.8 into 10 power 3. So that will be equal to 6.34 degrees. 6.34 degrees. Okay. So alpha A is also equal to alpha B. So because of symmetry, RA RB will be same, and alpha A alpha B will also be same. Okay. So next step is to find maximum and minimum tension in the cable. So we don't know where exactly the maximum and minimum tension occurs. Therefore, let us consider any section XX at a distance x from the left end. Okay. So let x be the horizontal distance measured from the left end. Okay. So now we will take net horizontal force. We will write net vertical force. What is the net vertical force acting at this section is VA minus 20 into x. VA minus 20 into x. 20 is the loading into x is the distance. Okay, before that, so let us assume we are finding tension in the cable. So let us assume T as the tension in the cable at this reference point. Okay, let us assume T as the tension in the cable at the section X. Okay, so let us resolve this T along the X and Y direction. So the X component will be T cos theta, which is equal to H, and Y component will be Y component will be T sin theta. So this, let us assume this T is making an angle theta with respect to horizontal. Okay, so now net vertical force is computed by VA minus 20 into x. Okay, and net vertical force, so VA is 1200 minus 20 into x. Okay, and net horizontal force is H. So we have been, there is only one HA is here. So H is equal to HA. So that is equal to 10.8 into 10 power 3 kilonewton. So now the tension in the cable is the resultant of net horizontal and net vertical force. Okay, it is the resultant of net horizontal and net vertical. Therefore, we can write it as root of v square plus h square. Okay, so you can observe here v is equal to 1200 minus 20x and h is equal to HA. Okay, so now HA or HB. So to get maximum tension in the cable, okay, so H is fixed, there will not be any change. H square is 10.8 into 10 power 3 whole square, and V, only V can vary because we have a negative term. Okay, to get the maximum value, this term has to be 0, 20x has to be 0. So when it can be 0? When the x is equal to 0. So that means exactly at the support, when we take the tension at this point will be maximum. Okay, so this can be 0 when x is equal to 0. So that is what here, when x is equal to 0, tension will be maximum, T is equal to T max. Okay, so T max is given by, for which we have to supply V is equal to VA, and so when this term is 0, when 20x is 0, V is equal to 1200 kilonewton, which is nothing but VA. Okay, so therefore V is equal to VA and H is equal to HA. So therefore T max, we can directly take it as the net reaction, that is 10.86 into 10 power 3 kilonewton. Okay, and the angle made by this T, tension in the cable, is given by theta is equal to tan inverse of V by H, net vertical force to net horizontal force. So in this case, net vertical force is VA and net horizontal force is HA. Therefore, theta max will be equal to, that is the inclination of the maximum tension with respect to horizontal. We will represent it as theta max, that is equal to tan inverse of 1200 divided by 10.8 into 10 to the power of 3, which is exactly equal to alpha A or alpha B, which is equal to 6.34 degrees. Okay, so this is the inclination of maximum tension in the cable which occurs at the supports. So you can directly write the maximum tension always occurs at the support. Okay, next, to find minimum tension, when this can be minimum, we have this equation of T is equal to V square plus H square. H is constant. Okay, so H square is a constant term, only V can vary. Okay, so when we can bring this V to 0, so that the tension will be minimum. When this can be 0, tension will be minimum when V is equal to 0. So let us find at which position the vertical force will be 0. So that means we will equate this equation to 0. 0 is equal to 1200 minus 20 into x, from which you will get the value of x as 60 meter. 60 meter is nothing but half length, that is equal to L by 2. So therefore at L by 2, tension will be equal to, T will be equal to T minimum. Tension in the cable will be equal to minimum, that means T minimum. Okay, so to find T minimum, so we are going to apply vertical net vertical force is 0. So root of 0 plus h square, that is nothing but h, which is equal to 10.8 into 10 power 3 kilonewton. Okay, so maximum is 10.86 into 10 power 3 and minimum is 10.8 into 10 power 3. So now to find the angle made, where exactly it is acting, it is exactly acting at the midspan. So at the midspan, the sag is maximum. Okay, if you draw a tangent at the maximum dip, so it will be exactly horizontal. So what is the angle made then? 0. So let us prove it. So theta minimum is equal to tan inverse of V by H. Here V is 0 divided by anything, 0 by anything is 0. So therefore tan inverse of 0 is 0 degrees. So at the maximum dip, if you draw a tangent, it will be exactly horizontal. Therefore the tangent T made with respect angle made by T with respect to horizontal will be 0. Therefore, T max will be equal to alpha A or alpha B, and the T minimum will be equal to 0. Sorry, theta max will be equal to alpha A and alpha B, and theta minimum will be equal to 0. So now we can conclude that maximum tension will always occur at the supports and minimum tension will always occur at the mid span. Okay, directly you can take the values of L. Okay, at L is equal, x is equal to L by 2, you can take T minimum, and at x is equal to 0 you can take T maximum. Okay, so that is the maximum and minimum tensions in the cable. Next, we'll move for finding the forces transmitted to the tower. So in the first case, when the cable passes over the pulley, so this is the case. So because both towers will have the same force, let us assume the tower A. Okay, so tension, this is the suspension cable and this is the anchor cable. Let us assume that it is acting at an angle theta with respect to horizontal, and anchor cable is at an angle alpha with respect to horizontal. In the problem it is given that the anchor cable is backstayed at an angle of 60 degree with respect to vertical. So therefore this angle is 60 degree. Okay, so we need to calculate alpha then. 90 minus 60 will be 30 degree, therefore alpha is 30 degrees. Okay, so if you resolve it, Ts cos theta along x direction and Ts sin theta along y direction, Ta cos alpha along x direction and Ta sin alpha along y direction. So let us find the horizontal force H. So horizontal force H can be computed. Before that, so since it is passing over a frictionless pulley, the tension in suspension cable will be equal to tension in anchor cable. That is what here, Ts is equal to T max 10.86 into 10 power 3 kilonewton, that is equal to tension in the anchor cable. Next, to find the horizontal force H, let us apply sigma Fx. When we apply sigma Fx, this is the resulting equation is Ts cos theta minus Ta cos alpha. Let us substitute the values now. 10.86 into 10 power 3 cos 6.34, theta is 6.34, because angle made by the maximum tension with respect to horizontal, that is theta max, is 6.34, minus Ta is 10.86 into 10 power 3 cos 30. So if you simplify it, H will be equal to 1388.54 kilonewton. Positive means it is acting in the positive x direction. Next we will find vertical force V. So that is computed by using sigma Fy, that will be equal to minus Ts sin theta and minus Ta sin alpha, minus Ta sin theta minus Ta sin alpha. Substitute the values. Minus 10.86 into 10 power 3 sin 6.34, minus 10.86 into 10 power 3 sin 30. So that will be equal to minus 6629.25 kilonewton. So minus indicates that it is acting in the downward direction. Next we will calculate moment at the base, that is given by horizontal force into height of the tower. So horizontal force is positive, that means it is acting in this direction. So H into height of the tower. So that will give 1388.54 into 15, that will be equal to 20.83 into 10 power 3 kilonewton meter. So H is in the positive direction, so that is going to induce clockwise moment about the base. Okay. So next we will take up the second case, that is when the cable is attached to saddle or roller. Okay. So this is the figure. Suspension cable, anchor cable making an angle of theta and alpha with respect to horizontal respectively, and the anchor cable is at an angle of 60 degree with respect to vertical, therefore this is 30. So now we will apply. So in the case of this saddle mounted on rollers, we know that the horizontal component of tension in the suspension cable should be equal to horizontal component of tension in the anchor cable. So that is the condition. Ts cos theta is equal to Ta cos alpha. So let us substitute Ts theta and alpha so that we can obtain Ta. 10.86 into 10 power 3 cos 6.34, that is equal to Ta cos 30, from which the tension in the anchor cable is 12.46 into 10 power 3 kilo Newton. Then when we apply sigma fx for this case, Ts cos theta minus Ta cos alpha, so both will be having same magnitude, therefore horizontal force on the tower will be 0. Okay. Next, to find the vertical forces, apply sigma Fy. So V is equal to minus Ts sin theta minus Ta sin alpha. So that will be equal to minus 10.86 into 10 power 3 sin 6.34 minus 12.46 into 10 power 3 sin 30. So that gives a vertical force of minus 1205.48 kilo Newton. Minus indicates it is acting in the downward direction. Okay. And we know that moment at the base is equal to horizontal force into height of the tower. As horizontal force is 0, 0 into anything is 0, therefore moment at the base is equal to 0. Okay. So these are the forces transmitted to the tower if it is passing over pulley and if it is connected to a saddle. Okay. So next we will move to find the length of the cable. So in the session number 7 we have derived the length equation when the supports are at the same level and subjected to UDL, which is equal to capital L is equal to L plus 8h square by 3L, where capital L is length of the cable and small l is span and h is the dip, maximum dip. Okay, so let us substitute the values now. Span is 120 plus 8 into h is 10 square divided by 3 into length again 120. So if you simplify it, you are going to get the length of the cable as 122.22 meters. 122.22 meters. That is the length of the cable. Next, we will find the diameter of the cable required. So area of the cable is equal to T max divided by allowable stress sigma. So tension, maximum tension is 10.86 into 10 power 3, that is kilonewton. So again convert it into Newton. Therefore again we have multiplied with 10 power 3 divided by 120 Newton per mm square. Okay, so to convert T max into Newtons, we have multiplied with 10 power 3. Okay, so if you simplify this, it will be 90.5 into 10 power 3 mm square. Okay, that is the area of the cable required. But area is given by pi by 4 d square. Therefore, we will equate it. 90.5 into 10 power 3 is equal to pi by 4 d square, from which we will get the value of diameter of the cable as 339.45 millimeter. You can round it up to the next figure as 340 mm. Okay. So that is the calculation for diameter of the cable required. Okay. So that is the analysis of cables with supports at same level subjected to UDL. Okay. So in this session we have discussed when the cable is subjected to UDL and is supported at the same level, how to find the reactive components, how to find the tension, maximum and minimum tensions, and how to find the forces transmitted to the tower, and also we have come across how to find the length and diameter of the cable. Okay, that is for today's session. In the next session, we will take up analysis of cables with supports at different level. Okay, that's it. Thank you.